So, yeah. Just giving a couple of updates on the shared mempool testing. We haven't discovered any new issues based on a testing on Cephalonia, at least. We do have a single client bundler implementation on Arbitrum Cephalonia. There were a couple of teething issues identified, but they have been fixed right now. As soon as Cilius or the candidate team's bundlers are ready to be tested on Cephalonia, we can probably do that as well. And on Polygon, again, no further update from the Fastlane team after what they were testing a few weeks back. I'll chase them. On the fuzz testing, I've still not heard from the person you have put me in touch with. I was wondering if, I was hoping you would be in the call. I could probably check with him to see if you can push them to probably start testing soon. The last I heard from Bhargava was that he had some other priority task, and only after that can he find time to do fast testing on our shared mempool. So that's a gist of where we are on the shared mempool. I don't have anything else actually, so I'm just open for any other questions. Anyone? Sorry, am I audible or? Okay.
Yeah, you're not just talking to yourself. We can hear you.
So do we have any other questions or anything that we'd like to discuss? I see there were a couple of questions on the core Telegram group about estimations and other things. Right?
Yeah, I guess Hazem asked about the estimation spec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we are trying to update the estimation our estimation method to match the spec. Yeah. So that if you like, if someone sends user operation missing the gas limits and missing gas prices, it will be a valid request, and it will return a valid estimation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, we are currently working on the 0.7 implementation. Yeah. So hopefully it will Voltaire will support 0.7 soon.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're now doing an overhaul on the documentation and spec of 7562, pushing the laser version and updating it. We found something that I'm not sure that anyone fall into that we try to have unique IDs in the document. Found out that during one of the iterations we rename an ID. Since it was of the new that there are no tests for yet, we marked it. We want to keep unique IDs, but now we're trying to. We started now that the dust on the EUAs settled a little bit. We're trying to again to streamline the testing of 0.7 and update the test with the latest spec, because there is a small gap right now to make sure that it all matches.
One thing that could be super useful on 7562, I guess I can look at the Git history, but like a simple change log would be I feel like would be useful for bundlers to, like, let's say I haven't looked at it in a month and I want to go see, okay, wait, what's changed since I've looked at it last. Sometimes it's hard to like show up there for the first time in a month and be like, okay, which rules are new, which rules have changed names. Git history probably works for that, but a changelog would be even easier to read.
Actually, a changelog is a good idea. What we did right now, actually today, is every rule that was removed is now marked in document removed, and every rule that changed its name, you have the original name saying moved, and then the new name, so that you don't really need a history, but a changelog, like to know what changed over time. I agree, it's should maintain such a document, maybe with the rationale of why we are adding this, what is the new thing that we added or removed. For example, there's a rule that was removed. I don't remember the number, but you find it in the Git log. It was removed simply because post-op is now allowed unstaked because of the removal of the second validation. It's an example of a rationale that we can put into this changelog. But I completely agree.
I like it.
So we'll try to have that.
I also saw some movement on the 0.7 testing. What's the latest there?
Again, we started a bit of specific work, like, first all the cleanup the document to make sure that, like, the ideas. The next thing is to make sure that we covered that to match between the tests and the document. It was never completed with version 6. We added rules, we didn't have time to add the spec. And then in parallel, to make sure that the reference bundler also implements all those tests. I didn't cement it, but I moved the, if you look at the executor, this is the repo that you usually don't work directly with, except for when you commit to add your bundler to test. Now there is a branch called releases VFS6, which will not change. We don't see a reason to change it. It is said the master is now 0.7, and we'll continue forward with that. With all this testing, you're welcome to add your bundler there. There are 4 at the moment.
Okay. To answer to Vid's question on P2P, Skanda already supports P2P on version 7. So if Cilius is ready on the P2P side for version 7, we can test that out. There's already a boot node available for version 7 as well. Sounds good. Same goes for Dan and Sheriff as well. I think we already pinned that message in the common Telegram group, but if you need, I can repost that.
Okay, that's great, because it will give us better position to stress on a Fastlane to support.
Yeah.
0.7 on the send transaction.
Yeah.
Send transaction conditional. Actually, I created send transaction conditional as a agnostic to the protocol, and they made it protocol specific. Okay, but now we have a reason to ask them to support the 0.7.
Yeah.
Do they work with specific bundler?
I think they have forked Skanda, and they're using that internally.
Okay.
But they said they'll try first with 6 to confirm everything is working before they move on to 7.
Okay.
And I didn't understand Vid's question on the spec. I thought the current version of the spec already has. Are you referring to the structure of the user op?
Sorry, I didn't.
No, Vid is. Okay. So I'll submit a PR to update that as well. I think I missed that out. Yeah. Any other questions from anyone? Okay. Is there anything? I think we are done. It's a quick call then.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Speak to you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye.